Hello, everyone. This is Gimbalabs Open Spaces. We do these open spaces every Thursday at 14:30 UTC. And in these open spaces, what we do is we decide how to allocate our energy and how to allocate our funds. And we just finished our check-in round and we took about 10 to 15 minutes doing that. And the next thing I want to ask is, are there any announcements that you guys would like to make? Any announcements? Let me start off. One of the announcements I have is the Undam Your Pioneers program. I have been having a lot of fun with it, and it happens every every Tuesday at 17:30 UTC, I think. Is it 17:30 UTC, James?
17 UTC, yeah.
17 UTC. And last week we discovered how to get our API keys. And if there are any developers out there, you can use the APIs and start building. So that was super fun. So that's my announcement. Does anyone else have any announcements, any events, anything fun happening around the ecosystem or outside?
Shout out to everybody who was at Builderfest this week. Looking forward to hearing from Sebastian when he returns from that. And that was, we were talking before we went live about, the signal versus noise on Twitter, and it's been fun seeing the signals coming out of Argentina over the last few days.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been seeing a couple of posts from them, and I feel like that is like the creme de la creme of developers, like the key figures doing stuff. So yeah, that sounds super fun. Anyone else has anything interesting going on?
Maybe I should just do shout out for my ex page.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. So I host weekly Cardano Commerce X page every Thursday, 8 p.m. UTC. And then
8 p.m.
tomorrow,
UTC, Cardano Newcomer Space by IOME. That's something to remember. Yes, absolutely. Yep.
yeah, thank you, Asha. And tomorrow, um, I have a project showcase with Adalink, 5 p.m. UTC tomorrow. Yeah.
What was that, IOME? What do you have? At 5 p.m. UTC, what was the event?
Cardano project showcase with Adalink, just
Oh,
like I did
Cardano
for,
Project Showcase with Ada
yeah,
Link. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
5 p.m. UTC, Cardano Project Showcase with Ada Link. Thank you, Ayomi. Anyone else with any notifications or announcements? All right. So the next 10 minutes, I want to spend just discussing this governance action. It's just a notification, basically. Um, this is about handing over Catalyst responsibilities uh, to Cardano Foundation. Okay, and here is the proposal. So this is just like a pretty straightforward one. So not Catalyst, Cardano Foundation will be handling Catalyst from now on, and this is just saying yes or no. And so Catalyst Foundation has already given back to the Treasury the funds from Catalyst Fund 15 and 16. And my assumption is that they'll be starting from Fund 17. Um, and there is nothing much here. It's literally just saying, hey, they will take care of everything that Catalyst has been taking care of. And previously, Catalyst was managed by Input Output, Charles Hoskinson's organization, and now it is like Cardano Foundation that will be taking care of it. And I have been going through a bunch of um, rationales as to why people would be voting yes or no. And truth is, like, I haven't seen any no's. Everyone is voting yes. So I think it is a worthy proposal. That's just my assumption. And just from Gimba Labs side, have we have depended on Catalyst for a long while uh, to make our day to day happen. So keeping Catalyst going, it would be in Gimbalab's favor, I think. But that's just my opinion. Some of the I thought there were some really um, funny what do you call those rationales as well. Someone said something really weird. Where I want to find that actually. Oh, look at this. I am voting yes to approve Cardano Foundation as new managing entity because I'm not retarded. Okay. So those are the kind of rationals we get at times. So, decentralized governance for you. That's all I have. Do you guys have any thoughts on this at all? Do you think there are any risks associated? Uh, I have like a small question. So I don't know if anything is going to change in terms of how Catalyst would work if Cardano Foundation takes over, but there's nothing in here that says one way or the other. So I'm going to stop here. Does anyone have any thoughts on this at all?
I'm also very curious about how Catalyst will change. And like we've talked about here, I think there's ways that we can accomplish what Catalyst accomplishes while using this blockchain a bit more to do so. So I'm optimistic that these changes will lead in that direction and excited to see what happens.
When you say use blockchain a bit more, are you talking about making things a little bit more transparent by putting information on the blockchain, James?
Transparency is part of it, but also reputation, right? Think about the record that any of us who have spent time as proposal reviewers have to share with the world.
Hmm.
Where is all of that record of what we've done and how we've contributed?
Makes sense. Makes sense. Does anyone else have any thoughts on this? What do you guys think? Is it like a good thing that Cardano Foundation is taking over Catalyst, or a bad thing, or is it a neutral thing, or do we not know?
Um, yeah, I feel like, you know, there has to be like a reason why the program was, put to a halt for some time. Maybe to, address some loopholes that the former system had, which is the catalyst. And I think we have to hope that there will be better implementation, just as James said, to make
Mhm.
things a little bit better.
Yeah,
Sometimes when
yeah,
you
yeah.
go over on X, you find some, unbelievable proposals who actually who actually gets funded, you know. So that's kind of raises a lot of questions to the integrity of the blockchain and whatever. So we're just hoping that a lot of those loopholes will be addressed. So for me, I feel like this is maybe a good thing if all these are addressed.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you. Ahmad, Ami, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I think because when I checked interaction, I mean people's interaction on this proposal, I see that a lot of people like really like the idea, things like that. But then some questions came to my mind, just like what James said, because I was concerned about all of the things like reviews. I mean reviewers, maybe milestone reviewers, all those kind of people that have like contributed to Catalyst already. Like if Cardano Foundation is coming to take over all of those records, would they still be intact, or they are starting all over again, things like that. That's just my concern as well.
Interesting, interesting. So, yeah, so both James and Ayomi have mentioned things like, hey, what happens to all the people that have contributed to Catalyst before? Will the reputation continue, or is it a complete fresh start where we're all starting from ground zero? No one carries any reputation. That's a really interesting thought. We'll see what happens. We don't know. Um, and with that, I am going to close. Unless someone has any final thoughts, I'm going to close this governance proposal for now. Any final thoughts? All right. So I have just closed this down. And by the way, if you want to follow along, so I'll just post the links to both of this one right here. And Newman created a little summary for this. This is AI generated, so take it for what it is. So I'm posting both of these here. So one is the agenda and one is like the proposal summary. Um, so now I want to quickly move on to project review. So I just want to see what all projects are around, active projects, and what is the status on those. Let's go here. So we just moved from Notion to GitHub. So we are getting used to project management through GitHub. So to see all the active projects, we go to projects and then we go to the active folder. And here we find all the active proposals. So building governance culture. So this is something that I proposed. And the last 10 minutes, we have discussed like a little proposal, and that is a part of building the governance culture at Gimbalabs. And we have currently done, I think, one, two, three, four or five sessions uh, discussing Cardano proposals. And there are three more sessions before we decide if we want to do it more often or stop it. So that's my update for this one. Cardano Go course updates. James, do you want to take that one? Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, this is one that I think gets exciting even as we um if we, we're breaking from open spaces, but that's a way that Gimbalab stays open doing work. And I would be really excited to replace the time we've been spending here with time to really dig into that work together and
Absolutely.
get it across the finish line.
Sounds good. Sounds good. DREP community platform. So I can give an update on that. The DREP community platform is not actively being worked on. And the reason for that is not many people in the Gimbal Labs community were really interested in voting and all of that. And I completely get it. I understand. It's such a drab thing to do, like putting in effort, and there's no guarantee that you're making any difference at all. And that is why we are trying to build a culture of governance. And that is why the first one came into play. We'll see if anything changes. Or if not, we can think of other strategies or not get involved in governance, Cardano governance at all. With that being said, so I will be moving this to inactive for now. I think there should be, I want to see all the project archives. So there has, yeah, so we'll figure out how to rearrange this. I want to move it to inactive, like an inactive project folder. And if there's a time when it becomes active again, I can move it back to active. So the Notion Plus accounts, this is also Gimbal Labs 45B with spaces. Okay. I think Iomi and Jethro, you have been involved with 45B, right? What's going on with that?
Yeah, so it's been going well, and I know that you guys Asha, maybe Asha and Newman are aware that um two sessions were skipped because you said you needed time to like focus on the Portuguese learners, things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a meeting they did on Tuesday, was it yesterday or Tuesday? I mean, we had a meeting this week where we discussed about the progress so far, things like that. And I actually talked about some of my concerns
Mm-hmm.
because I like when I'm into something, I like to know my deliverables. I like to know what are the things you want me to deliver, what are the things I'm supposed to do. Right. So I'm now told him that right now I don't really get what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no,
Is
that's
that
totally fair. Yeah, yeah.
is it that I'm just here to like listen to the session, contribute to what you're teaching, things like that. And Is that all? So he said that because I also told him that I read the proposal and I saw some things that I and Gertrude are meant to do. So he now said yes, uh, um, he's trying to like balance some things like that. That he would also reach out to Gertrude because he wanted to know why Gertrude has not been attending. So I now told him maybe because Gertrude also do not really understand what he's doing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, so
No, and
that
remember, Jethro and Iomi, the reason I even wanted you guys to participate here is for you to derive value. You don't have to like push yourself to do things if you're not deriving value. There's no compulsion. You know what I'm saying? Um,
yes,
so
yes, yeah,
yeah, so you can
exactly.
give it some more time and see if you're getting value from it. If not, like you don't have to keep going. So that's all good. Notion Plus accounts is the next one, and you can already see that we have moved to GitHub. And we still have to figure out how to arrange all of these things so that it makes sense for people who are going through these things. So we are still working on it. That's still in progress. Um, as far as season six hosting, and by the way, James and Adrian are working on ways to make GitHub as useful as Notion. So, James, do you want to quickly say a word or two about it that you mentioned in the check-ins?
Yeah, so we've been building skills that integrate directly with project boards, which has been really exciting. And
Mm-hmm.
that we could demo anytime. But yeah, also if we wanted to stick around for a little bit of live experimentation with this project repo, we could try a few things.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's do it. Okay. Um, and the next one is season six hosting, which is exactly what we are doing here. So Newman and I put in a proposal for hosting season six, which is basically for hosting this very space. And next week is the last space where we'll be hosting open spaces, and then after that we'll probably put in a new proposal, or maybe someone else will step in, maybe Iomi or Ahmed or someone else, or maybe even Megan could step in and host these spaces. So we'll see what happens. So this is going all right. And sponsor Gimbalabs African Summit. So folk have already gone to the summit, they have attended the summit, but there are some deliverables they are supposed to deliver. And there's like 50 ADA that we just locked until they uh, deliver the deliverables. Um, and that has not come in yet. But is anyone, Ahmad? Yeah. Are you guys familiar with the deliverables? So in the project, they
Yeah.
said evaluation, responsibilities, uh, intended outcomes. I thought there were some deliverables, potential risks, responsibilities, resources.
Yeah, so
Mm, mhm.
Lewis and Emmanuel supposed to, you know, um, give like a detailed report, which are
Okay.
what I consider the deliverable. But I
Yes.
feel
Yes.
like they've not been able to do that yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Here it is. Post-trip documentation and summary. Shared responsibility with designated editor. Okay. So this both Lewis and Emmanuel are working on. So hopefully it comes in soon. We'll see what happens there. Um, And lastly, with spaces. So with spaces is a proposal that I had to put in so that we can get like the Catalyst funds. So these are things that I need to deliver for Catalyst. And we have three milestones that we needed to deliver. The first two milestones have been put in and they have been approved. So there is one last milestone left, which I'll be putting in after next week. So once we are done with our final open space, I'll be putting in the final milestone, and then hopefully we'll get like a big chunk of ADA that we can use to keep doing things that we keep doing at Gimbal Labs. So that's all of the active projects right now. Um, what else do we have in the agenda? Let me go back. Is there anyone with any active proposals you have in mind? Uh, either for today or next week. So next week is the last week before we take a summer break. So think about what you would like to do during the summer and put in proposals because now is the time. Go ahead, Ayami. Ayami, you are muted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So, I've been thinking about something lately, and let's see, let me just talk about it here. Um, so I wanted to like quickly share something I've been thinking about, and probably write a proposal about it. So recently, I've been developing an idea called Cardano bounties. Um, the core idea is to create a space where people can come in, pick up opportunities from Cardano projects, complete them, earn rewards, and most importantly, start building real experience in the ecosystem. And when I say bounties, I'm not just talking about like maybe technical tasks like that. I'm thinking more broadly, things like maybe small tasks, micro jobs, internship opportunities, short-term work or gigs, community campaigns, or even giveaways, right? So, so I feel it becomes a more flexible system where different
Mhm.
kinds of opportunities can exist depending on what project needs and what contributors can do or what they can offer or whatever the case may be. And one of the things that really pushed this idea for me was a conversation I had at Nairobi at the
Mhm.
CATS summit in Nairobi. There was this man, I think his name is Nick Cook or something. I can't really recall. He works with Intersect. So he
Mhm.
said that he said we are having a like conversation about different things. Then he said when people learn courses, maybe from Cardano Academy or any platform on the ecosystem. Like what's next after learning some skills, after learning some, is it just learn it and just be there like that? Maybe there could be like internship opportunities for them so they can practicalize what they've learned, things like that. So no, okay. Um,
I mean, it's funny that you mention it because Andamio is exactly working to do what you just suggested. What happens after you learn something? How would the skill be used? Um, so, in with you're familiar with Andamio, no, Ayomi? So you have a skill, you get a skill, and you directly start participating in a project by using that skill. Um, James, that's right, no? Am I missing something? That's correct, right? You get a skill and you participate in a project that uses that skill, correct?
That's the idea. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Amy. I just thought I'll plug that in. Yeah.
oh, okay. Um,
But
I did
here's
not know.
here
Uh,
can I share the critical piece about it? The most important part of that story is that we're not trying to build the website for it, right? We're providing the Cardano vetted infrastructure for delivering exactly what you're talking about, Aomi. And so let's partner to build this thing exactly as you're describing it. That's the opportunity we have right now. And I can give you all the support needed to make sure that we achieve it.
that's
Beautiful,
that's
beautiful.
beautiful. That's beautiful. So I was even because I actually wanted something like that as well because you know I am more like I am more like I would like put it. I am more like someone that has this creative mind. Like I like to think things like that. But then I'm not a dev. I'm not like into all of those things. So I was like, okay, I could actually bring this up and we could work on something together here. And is it that the one Adam is doing, is it that they would like be getting all of these bounties from Cardano projects or just from Gimbalabs community?
The
So
the
yeah,
goal is to prove that it works to anybody who might want to do something similar to what we're talking about here, right? So we're not trying like the real success case for Andamio is that here at Gimbal Labs through the experiments that you're describing,
Mm,
we launch some solutions to problems that people like you and Kala, it was probably Kala that you were talking to at CAT. Um,
mm,
right? Everybody recognizes these problems, and we've been
mm,
directly for these problems all
mm,
along.
all right. So yeah, so Gimbal, so Andamio is basically letting Gimbal Labs use the things they have been building.
mm.
So they're doing Gimbal Labs a favor by letting us use all the things, which outside of Gimbal Labs, mostly like people are having to pay for all of the things that we are pretty much getting for free at the moment. So yeah, so thank you to Andamio for that, by the way. Um,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think this could really be an interesting community experiment for real.
Yes.
Um,
yep.
yeah. Okay, so that is actually what I wanted to share with you guys, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Amazing.
you.
And Iomi, if you have a proposal in mind, next week would be like a good time. I feel like next week we'd like jump into approving a bunch of proposals, or at least get into review rounds. So yeah, I'm excited for all the proposals that will come in. For anyone, Ahmed, Megan, if you guys have anything that you want to do during the summer for the next 3 months, and would either want the support of the community or need some funds, next week is a good time to put in a proposal. Iomi, go for it.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, um, is it that I would like to this? Am I still supposed to like write a proposal on this, or
Yes, I mean
or
that
it's
is
gonna
the
be like a
way.
partnership?
So what would you need from Gimbal Labs? I mean, would you need the support of the community? Like, would you need developers to help you out, or do you need finances to like do the project, or what are you thinking?
Okay. Um, so I feel like I would need uh support from the community, um, like people that would, I don't know how to put it, advisory body. And people that would say, okay, sometimes you might actually just have an idea, but then you may not really know how to go about it, things to do, things like that. Yeah. And also, to make this come to reality, we need people to work in like the devs, designers, or whatever the case may be, and they will need to be incentivized, right? So I think, yeah, that is it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just in case you're thinking about would my proposal or would my project fit into what Gimbal Labs is doing or not, we actually created a document that specifically says what kind of projects fit into Gimbal Labs or not. And I'm looking for it, and now I can't find it because we went through the document line by line and approved it, but now I can't find it. Where is it? Uh, I will find that and I will share it with you, Iomi. Um, yeah, I'll share it with you. I'll share it with you just so you'll have an understanding of what makes sense and what doesn't. Um, with that being said, everything I had on my agenda is pretty much done. Um, I'm happy to stop the recording at this point because I got what I needed for Catalyst. Do you guys want to keep going with the recording, or is it okay if I stopped recording? Any strong views on it? I'm going to stop it if no one says anything.
Harsha, thank you for the leadership. Great, great, great.
All right, I'm going to stop it then.